Hey there.
Hey, what's up, my
What's
man?
happening?
Yeah, another week has gone by.
Another week. Yes, this one
Man,
went fast.
let me tell you, it's been crazy.
This
How was
one
your
went
week, though?
fast.
Week good?
Yeah. How you doing? How was your week?
Ah, pretty good. Busy, productive, but mostly busy. The 9 to 5 has me going crazy right now, but it's all good. I mean,
Right.
I'm an engineer, but it just
Yeah.
comes with the territory.
And hopefully you'll pull out of that 9 to 5 soon. I know I'm trying to get
Bruh,
my nine to
seriously.
four, 4 to 9, whatever it is. It's all over the place for me.
Yeah, yeah. My schedule is I literally make my own schedule, but I
Nice.
still work like crazy amounts of hours. But
Okay.
still, it's just like I'm so over being in IT. I'm just so done.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, how was your week? That was cool.
It was good. It was pretty good overall. Got some, good news with the family. My brother-in-law seems to be coming out of things slowly, so that's a positive note. So that was a really cool piece of news this week.
All right, good,
And I'm
nice.
actually going to see him this coming week. So I'm looking forward to that. Work's going well. Try to be as productive this week as I possibly could. And then next thing you know, it's here we are. It's Sunday again. So it's just, wow. It's just
Exactly. My
totally,
thoughts
totally.
exactly, man. So
Cool. All right. Well, let's get started. Question of the day. And I think you're up this time, actually.
yeah. All right.
Am I
So
right? I think you're up this
yeah,
time,
yeah.
right?
I'm first. I'm first.
Okay.
So since you
Salad.
asked me this question last week, I'm gonna have to ask you. Like since we did go to we are alumnus of the same school, which
Okay.
is still crazy, right? Um, but yeah, though, like coming out of it, though, do you feel that you're utilizing, the things that you learned, like from your time at Berkeley, right? Like, is there anything real like significant that you took away from going there?
Sure. Yeah, I think there are a lot of things that I am using, but there are some things that um, I wish I had learned more or gotten further in my studies there that I feel I could have been using now.
Mhm.
But the stuff that I do use on a pretty much a daily basis was my harmony 1, 2, 3, and 4 classes.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
remember those.
and actually, if I remember correctly, I think I tested out of one, so I only took 2, 3, and 4,
Yeah.
right? And those classes for me were like a gold mine because before them, so let me preface this by saying that I don't really come from a musical family, right?
Same.
No one in my immediate family is musical, so I didn't get that gene handed down or that talent or what have
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
So when I got to Berkeley, I felt like I was at a huge disadvantage because I saw some other students around me that were like, oh yeah, this and that, and secondary dominant and the altered scale, and I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about, right? So I had to try really hard to catch up to them, right? And in some things I did, and some things I didn't, naturally. But in my at the same time, like I mentioned last week, like some of my heroes were like Billy Joel as a songwriter, for example. I always wanted to know how he wrote his songs. And when I took these Harmony 2, 3, and 4 classes, I felt that I was given the keys to the kingdom because a lot of the analysis that we did, a lot of the song analysis, there were a
Mhm.
few Billy Joel songs that we did. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's how he's doing this, and that's how this and that and that and this. And some people have an argument that, music theory isn't that necessary nowadays, right? Where I personally am completely against that idea. I think it is very necessary and very useful. So when I was learning these, and I remember my teacher, he was a trumpet player. His name was Wayne Noss, if I remember. I don't know if you ever met him there.
Yeah, I know who
Really,
that
really
is.
great guy and cool
Yeah.
guy, and he just explained everything so thoroughly. So I think that to answer it in a nutshell, that was probably my biggest takeaway from my Berkeley studies.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, especially on the music theory part. You know,
Mhm.
I really do. Especially because when you have devices like such as this, right?
Right.
It's like anyone can pick one up and create music, and they know nothing about chord structure or counting, even like counting in bars. You tell them like, what's the bar count? They're like, what? I just did it in a little section. Just something that's basic as that. So no, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah.
And I've been in some clubhouses and listening in on certain people telling other, these were the people who were the main speakers, I guess, in the clubhouse, right? And we're telling all the other people that was listening that music theory isn't that necessary. It's like, nah, you don't have to learn it, sort of thing. Nah, don't even worry about it. And I'm just like, what are you doing? What? How? What? It's, of course it's necessary. Of course it's, unless you want to like only be able to write the same beat like for the rest of your life, then maybe it's not. But if you want to be multi-skilled in multi-genres of writing all these different types of songs, depending on the situation, you better know kind of like how to achieve those particular styles. And you can only do that through knowing somewhat of what you're doing music theory wise. I think that's just, I don't know, that's just the way I look at it. Maybe.
I mean, I agree, right? I feel that a person is a true songwriter if they have some type of musical theory background, right? Because they know how to structure something. And also, it's like, I feel like, because even like to my ears and trained to where it's like, I can pick out a key like that. That's just something that's just, I can't pick out a key. And just like you, I don't have music in my family. I'm literally the only one that's musical in my entire family, right? So, but you gotta have something there. You have to have a foundation in order to be able to.
There you go. You gotta have a foundation.
No foundation, no longevity. You're a one-hit wonder, and that's really it.
It's true. It's true.
So, all right, I get you.
All right, so my turn. So here we are in the middle of 2022. I'm going to try to phrase this question appropriately. How important do you think it is for I don't think not necessarily an artist, but let's say a music producer / songwriter. How important do you think it is for them to know more than, let's say, 3 instruments, like, and your computer keyboard and knowing, your DAW doesn't count in this question as an instrument. I'm talking like the cello you have.
My cello, guitar.
Piano or the guitar or voice, for example, we'll count that as an instrument. So how important do you think that is in today's, music reality?
Unfortunately, in today's music realm, it's not as important as it used to be. But from my opinion, it is very important, because you have to know how an instrument truly sounds in order to add it, or in order to add that component into your music, right? Anyone can have modules and pick strings or guitar or what have you, or even they have like these cheap packs now where you can just hit one key and it plays the entire chord, right? I'm like, dude, really? But it's like
very common.
Yeah, it's like, to be able to actually play it, that's when you can really learn the dynamics behind it. That's when you can learn the real true feeling behind it. Because you can like pull out like an A minor, let's say like A minor 7 chord, right? And you hit the key and it plays it one way. But then when you actually play it and you feel it, you can put more emotion behind it. You can put more expression behind it versus just
there you go.
Right. Music. I remember, man. Music back in the day was the biggest form of sending messages and the biggest form of expression. To me, it's one of my biggest forms of expression. So if I cannot play in order for me to get it, let me rephrase that. In order for me to write a song that's fully emotional and fully engulfed, I have to play the instrument. I have to be able to put that expression in there and to really feel what I'm playing, right? Not just hit a button. So that's where you have these songs out there now that aren't just those one hit wonders, or that they're here right now. But hey, man, remember that one artist that did that Superman song? Where'd he go? I don't know, dude. He did that one song and he's bounced. He's just gone. I'm like, oh, okay. So he's one of them, or the producers behind him were one of those kind of guys, right? So
Interesting. Okay.
it's all mostly about having the full effect and the feel of a song. From my opinion,
Right.
I think it's very important. That's why I picked up guitar, and that's why when I got this cello, I was so happy, right? Because I'm like, I can finally play. You know what I mean? And actually, when I did that song Home, I actually played cello on it. I actually played on parts of it. So to be able to do that was huge for me.
Right.
You know? And even if the song doesn't do like well, I don't care. So it's just the fact that I have a live cello being played and live strings and all this stuff. So
nice. So follow-up question then. So in your songs, in your song productions, on average, do you play 1, 2, 3 instruments?
I do.
To it? I mean, on average, how many instruments do you play?
I do. Now that I have a cello, anytime I have strings or low strings, I'll play it. I don't really load up my Spitfire modules unless I need like a full section, right, of strings, right? Then that's different. I don't own a violin. I don't have access to a symphony orchestra. But if I just need like a cello or something in there, if I need acoustic guitar, I'll play it. I'll mic up and I'll play it. I'll quiet the room and I'll pluck it out. I'll do whatever I need to do. Piano with the keys, I'll play it. I don't believe in loops. Even when it comes to programming drums, I don't load up a drum loop. I play each drum. You know what I mean? Right. I want that dynamic in there, you know? So on an average, including percussion, I play at least 2 to 3 instruments on average.
Got it.
You know?
Per song. Okay, cool.
Per song, yeah, man.
Guys, that's the way. Cool. Yeah. Cool, pal. Awesome. All right, so let's get to our homework. So I think you always start with the homework, right? Like I always pick on you.
I got to pick on me first, man. It's all good, you know.
So I'm gonna go first this week, and then we'll leave it so you can.
What?
I know, right? What's happening? All right. So
or something? Like what?
All right. So okay. So I bit off more than I can chew, of course, right? I had 5 things. I had complete my jazz demo reel, work on my BBC template, write the song that I was doing before, adding lyrics and melody. Number 4 was continue Dancing with Devils, the orchestral piece. And then 5 was to work on Around the Moon. So those are the 5 things that I had. So let's start with number 1. I finished it. Yes.
Nice.
I did it. I finished my jazz vocal demo reel. I did 2 songs, but then I went back and did another one that I wasn't really happy with. And I actually ended up recording 3 songs, mixing them, mastering, right? And then putting them all together in kind of like a demo reel, which I think it's just a little over 3 minutes with 4 songs. So I'm going to just play like the first minute, right? Just to give you a little idea of what it is. And, but yeah, I finished it. So that's
nice. So congratulations on that. That's huge.
Here. All right, here we go. So here's this one here.
Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this whole world is a new world and a bold world for me. And follow me.
So that's the first one right there. So not to go into the whole thing, but yeah. So I had a great time doing it. It was a lot of fun. And now that's put to bed, which is great. I'm going to upload it to air gigs and social media and stuff like that, see if I can get some hits. Again, the point of doing this was actually to try to get some more vocal session work in different styles. So I'm working on this one, and we'll see what the next vocal demo pack might be. But at least I got this one out of the way. So that was completed.
Nice. That sounded really good, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Next, I did work on my BBC template, I was doing some finishing touches on the strings. I kind of went back a little bit because I realized that I was probably doing my my mixing levels. I wanted everything to be uniform through the whole template. So I actually had to go back and readjust certain things so that I kind of had a, consistency through the whole thing. And then I started on the brass stuff, which that's a whole, big, can of worms. So I was working on that. It's gonna, like I told you before, it's gonna take a little while to complete that whole template, but that was worked on this week. Number 3, I didn't get a chance. No, actually on the song, I did work on the melody, but I didn't work on the lyrics yet, but I was tightening up the melody. So I did touch up on that, didn't finish it, but I did work on it. It's been the craziest thing with number 4. I haven't been able to get the chance to get to Dancing with Devils. So again, I'm gonna have to push that off to next week. Boo on me. But I did work on Around the Moon. So Around the Moon was a song that I started a little while ago, and I never finished it. And I think one of the reasons that I didn't was because at the time I was like, I'm not sure about the structure. I think I need to tighten up the structure of the song. And so that's what I did this week. I tightened up the structure. I did a little pre-mixing, and I'm actually in the process of exporting all my audio files so they're nice and crisp so I can go into the mixing stage. But let me go ahead and play for you like a minute. It's actually pretty, you let me know. I don't think you've heard this. So you let me know what you think. It's kind of like a blues rock sort of a situation.
Okay.
So go ahead and let me know what you think. And here is
let me hear.
You'll hear just the instrumental. There's no vocal on it quite yet, but here we go. Here's Around the Moon. And there we go. There's a
I'm digging that. I'm digging that.
Yeah, it's got a really nice groove to it. And this particular song, I actually started writing it with the bass line. So I started coming up with
That
this
makes
bass line.
sense.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's pretty fun and funky. And everything just built from the bass line from there.
Yeah.
So I did
I can
finally
actually hear that. I can hear it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And what was I going to tell you? So yeah, I did the structure. So I redid the whole structure. It's now just a little over 3 minutes. It's like 3:10, 3:15, something like that.
Okay.
So next is to lay down some vocals, and then start getting into the mixing stage, and hopefully I can have this done in about 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'll probably release it from there.
That's what's up, though. Yeah, I'm digging that, though. And I can definitely tell that you wrote the bass line on that, because the way the bass moves, I'm like, oh yeah. Especially the way the drums play, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's gonna sound slick though when the drums get crisp and all that. Oh yeah. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I was even thinking of hiring some background singers to do, that soul background singer sort of a situation, which might be a lot of fun.
I can hear that.
Yeah.
I can definitely hear that on that song.
Yeah.
Like get like a trio of women.
Yeah.
To do that, right?
Totally.
That would actually be pretty nice.
Yeah. So if you know of anybody, you'll have to.
I'll see if I can find anybody for you.
Yeah, I'll have to reach out to my buddy Todd, because I think he knows some pretty great female vocalists. So I might have to reach.
Oh yeah, Todd. That's right.
Yeah.
Him
so he might know some, but anyway, that'll be the cherry on top, right?
Yeah, man.
Yep. Yeah.
In fact, if you had those background singers like laid that first, and then when you go lay your vocals, that might actually help you out with your laying your vocal, because you'll be able to feed off of them. Yeah. Right? In the headphones, right? Especially with your ad-libs and the way you come in and out the verse. Oh yeah, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do a scratch vocal, then I can lay down the background vocals, and I can redo my vocal on top of that. So to really draw from what they're doing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Exactly.
So there we go. So there's my week of productivity in a nutshell.
All right, cool. I guess it's my turn then, huh?
It's your turn. All right, cool. So let's go over what you had for last week. You had 3 things. So Natural High, finished the mastering.
Yeah.
Number 2, Home, finished the mastering. And then number 3, write a new song. So let's start with Natural High. How'd you do?
Natural High, I think I did really good. I might redo the vocals on it. I'm not sure yet, but I added a few snares to it. Yeah, sorry, because it hasn't really been played a lot. So the snares, the bass line, I love. The song's pretty much done unless I go redo the vocals on it. But because I mixed it a little bit differently. Yeah. To bring things out and to lower the balancing out so it sits in the mix a little bit better. Okay. I was listening to it after I did that, dude. I was like, yo, this thing is funky. I can't.
Nice. Okay, can't wait to hear it. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a listen. This is Natural High. Let me go ahead and share the screen once again. And
this one was fun, man. This one was fun.
Nice.
So many reasons why I want to say I love you and adore you. I spend my life with you and nobody else but only you. So happy you picked me, cause you became my natural high. You are my natural high. So many reasons why I want to say I love you for the rest of my life. You didn't have to do it, but you did. So happy you picked me, cause you became my natural high. This morning with a smile up on my face. Yeah. A blue sky with air in my lungs and a joy that can't be replaced. It's all because of you. Yeah. I fell in love with you. Best friend will always be. You are the one who I always turn to. I'll always be with you through everything. every single step. Through every step, I'll always have your back, and my love, you can depend on that. No artificial high. It's finally our time. This is a long time coming true. This finally me and you. When I think of what to say, I get tongue twisted every time you come away. Yeah, butterflies down in my stomach. Like the first day you said my name. On the day and the night at that coffee shop when I first saw those eyes was the first time I.
Nice. That's great, dude.
That was fun.
That was fun. I'm listening to it and going, this is fun.
Yeah, it's
nice.
Yeah.
So I have some ideas.
Let's go, dude.
Okay, so there's this one song from the 80s, and I can't remember exactly the title, but it's a really cool, groovy song. Man, I wish I could remember the top. But anyway, my point being is that in the song, there's like a female, there's the male singer, right? He's the lead singer. But they would interject like a female singer that did just little like, almost like whisper singing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, throughout, just sprinkle here, sprinkle there, sprinkle there. And that might actually be really cool on this one as some ear candy. Right?
Yeah.
As some ear candy. Because you're obviously talking about your love and sort of thing. So it'd be kind of cool to see that with that sprinkling of vocal.
That actually might work, dude. I might
she's kind of reciprocating, or you guys are having that really close, intimate, face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
And because of that little sprinkling.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Let me tell you, my vision for this song, like for a video, is literally like that. Like it's a face-to-face type deal.
Totally.
And so, yeah. I might end up having to do something like that.
Yes.
This song will not be released as a single. It will be released. Actually, it will be released as a single, but right before the album drops.
Okay.
And I want to have everything as a full package, right? So, yeah, this song is my baby.
I found the song. Don't Disturb This Groove by The System.
I know that song.
That's one of my favorite 80s songs of all time. And if I remember, because it's been a while since I've heard it, but if I remember, there's this sprinkling of this sexy kind of like sultry female voice.
Yeah.
Sort of a thing.
And you know who else did a song like that? Prince did a song like that called Love Machine for the soundtrack to his movie Graffiti Bridge. It was a sequel to Purple Rain. And it was called Love Machine. It was like, and the woman, she sang the hook, but it was just real soft and mellow and just like that. And so, yeah, that, okay, yeah.
Just food for thought. Just food.
I can actually kind of hear that on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'll take executive producer credit.
So it's like, it's like 90% done now. It's like 90%. He's like EP. That's great.
Totally messy. Okay, cool. That sounds great, dude. So we'll get to homework in a little bit. So next was Home, finished mastering.
Home went really, really well. Home was it wasn't a difficult song to write. It was, the lyrics are really deep. It's really...
Wait, it was or was not difficult?
It's a really deep song. And so it was hard laying it down because there's a lot of emotion behind it. And be honest with you, I don't want to change it. I love the way it sounds because of how authentic and how real it is.
Got it. So keep the comments to myself. Got it.
No. Comment away. I'm serious. You know me, bro. We like brothers. So I'm like, yo, this is what it is. But this one right here, this one is real near, next to Natural High. This one is real near and dear only because of like, this is one of the ones I played the live cello on.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. All right, let's go ahead and take a listen to this.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. I guess I'm writing a letter. Yeah.
how many different ways to set my heart belongs to you. My soul is connected to you. You're the key without saying your name, it belongs to you. You have the way of singing me to the core of who I am, deeper than anyone has before. I'm not trying to make a comparison, but it's true. My home has always been right there with you. I'm not talking about a building or a structure, but in your heart I live because my heart was punctured when Cupid shot his arrow through my heart and gave you the key. That's when my life began, right there with you and me. Yeah. I'm always coming home to you. 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 I know there were times when things got so shaky, but I'll always fight for you, even through the times we spend apart.
Nice, dude. Very smooth.
Yeah.
Very nice, dude. So I know we spoke, a few weeks back, because you hadn't been singing for a while. So how's been the process to get from a few weeks ago to now? Because it seems like your voice is starting to get stronger, I guess. What
Yeah,
do you think?
it is. Because like on Home, Natural High, that's all me. And we're talking, I'm doing like at least 3 to 4 part harmonies now, and
Nice.
including the high part as a mid alto. And so it's getting to the point to where now I'm feeling more confident to where I can even use my voice even more now.
Nice.
Because there's actually a new song I'm actually working on that's mostly singing, right? So I'm really my voice is really starting to come back into its own, so I can really start using it more.
Nice.
So I can have multifacets now, not just like rap a verse or sing a little bitty hook. No, I can actually do an entire song and mix the two together, right? So
Nice.
I'm trying to be more versatile now.
That's great. So have you been doing like vocal exercises, or just the singing has been getting you closer?
It's just literally the singing now.
Okay.
Because usually, of course, like when I first wake up, there's no way I'm singing anything, right? But as I work and as I go through my day, my meetings and all that, I actually purposely talk in high register like this, right? So especially if I know I'm going to go sing something later, my voice is pretty much
Warmed up.
okay, I'm ready to go, right? And then I start singing, and there it goes. And then after I'm done, I'm like, all right, I'm relaxed now. Okay, let me go back to my normal register, and I'm good. I learned that technique. Okay. I learned that technique, and well, not really learned it, but I heard that technique done by, believe it or not, Michael Jackson was talking about this years ago in an interview he did. He said because when they hear him talk, his voice is literally not that high. He purposefully talks that high to hit those notes on a constant basis.
Yep.
But his voice is actually pretty deep.
Yep.
And I was like, that made perfect sense. So to answer your question, no, I'm not doing any specific vocal exercises. I'm just I just start doing that, and I just go in there and start singing.
That's cool. Yeah, I heard the story. A buddy of mine, Jeff Lewis, who's a trumpet player in LA, told me that same story because he was actually Michael Jackson's trumpet player for a while.
Oh, wow.
And he told me that exact same story, that I guess his vocal coach, if I remember correctly, was Seth Riggs was the vocal coach. And I think Seth Riggs is the one who told Michael Jackson to do that. And then also to speak very softly, almost like whispery, so it doesn't blow out his voice and everything. And
exactly.
And that's why he always had such a high voice and everything like that. I was like, oh, that's really quite fascinating because
and it makes sense when I start doing that, and then when I'm able to hit like a high note when I'm doing harmonies.
Yeah.
At first, I'm like, all right, here we go, and I built it out, going, oh, that does work.
Yeah.
You know, especially when I sang the bridge on Natural High, I go kind of high, right? Then almost speaking voice. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. That's
Yeah, dude, think about that
Food for
because
thought,
you might
yeah.
want to.
I mean, I think I naturally have like kind of a higher pitched voice when I'm talking.
Yeah.
Sometimes like a few years ago, I always tried to be a little bit more, hello, how
I know,
are
I
you?
got this
Sort of
basic
thing, right?
voice.
Right. And what I do is like, for example, this morning I got up like at freaking 4:30 in the 4:30 in the morning this morning. I went to
Yeah.
the gym, and as soon as I finished the gym, I got in my car and drove from here all the way to Vancouver,
Okay.
Washington,
Yeah.
back home. And in that 45 to an hour round trip, that's how I do my exercises. So I'll do my actual vocal exercises in the car when no
Yeah.
one's around me. It's just me in the
Just
car.
you in the car.
I just can focus. I don't have to worry about disturbing the neighbor or waking anybody up. And then I don't feel self-conscious, and I can just like belt it out. I can go for it,
Yeah.
So that's been like my vocal regimen, I guess you can say, right?
Yeah, I mean that, and no, I feel you because I even like take songs I sing in the car, like literally, I just lower it
all the
up,
time,
and I
all the
just
time.
sing.
Cool.
So,
All right, pal. So let's go to your next one. Number 3 was write a new song. How'd you do?
so this song "Change for You" is new, but it's not new. But it's new,
Okay.
but it's not. I got with my boy D'Angelo Kirkland. He's in Arizona. And we recorded the song a long time ago. But we never released it, and we were talking like, "Dude, I'm about to use that song." He's like, "Yeah, man, go for it."
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up actually writing a hook and wrote my verses, and I put it all together this week. Another one is another where I'm singing a hook. The song is very, very cool. It's like an indirect song. It's like telling people just like don't change for nobody but yourself. That's literally what the song's about.
Okay,
So,
nice.
it's a fun song, and it's geared towards everybody. And I have a sample in there, which I'm getting clearance for. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this one. And this is Change for You.
Let's go! We had to go back in the day on this. Yeah. I had to call my boy D'Angelo Bravo to get with me on this track. But first we gotta bring in the hook. Let's go.
If there's something you don't like what you see,
Yeah.
make that change. Only if it makes you happy. The only person that matters is you. So forget about what they're here to see and change for you.
Yeah, let's go. I got a little message for the tiny boys and girls. All the young adults, age don't matter. In the world of message, it's the same for everybody. Your brothers or your sisters, go tell somebody. The world is full of gossip and haters, and they don't know about it. Don't let drama bring it down. Talk your shit and wear your crown. Cause trust me when I tell you that you're beautiful inside. Let the haters hang in your coattails, they will ride.
Don't go changing for anybody. You are beautiful to everybody. Jealousy is why they hate. You are beautiful in every way.
Yeah, and then you'll see that you got something that they won't. But if change is needed, do it for you, don't fake that phone. Cause they've got nothing on you. Don't change for them, only change for you. Yeah.
If there's something you don't like what you see,
Come on.
make that change.
Nice. You're right. That was fun.
I told you,
Dude,
right?
I love that. That was great.
Right?
That was so much fun. It had like nice, it was like a bit retro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
it was
what I
kinda
want. I want something
retro,
like old school, man.
Old school,
You know?
like a little 70s funk in there. Sort
That's
of thing.
literally what it is.
Awesome.
That's literally what it is. That
That was
song,
a lot of fun, dude.
that's that song by the Stylistics. There's a section by that song. It's called "You Make Me Feel Brand New."
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's what that is. And I just sped parts up and pull some stuff out. And
Nice.
but then all the guitar and all the other stuff, that's all me.
Yeah.
But I just used the and
Right.
and the singing. That's all part of that song. But other than that,
Nice. I
just took the
love
track
that
around it.
song. I can't wait to hear it. So what do you have left on it?
I just got to do the final master, and I need to set my vocal in the mix better.
Okay.
But that's really it. His verse is mix done. His mix is done for his verses. Got to finish mine, and the song is done.
Super fun. That's a lot of fun, actually. Nice. That's like, ooh, I'm like, that's ear candy all the way on that one.
Right?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Congratulations. That was cool.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah.
So then that one, like you said, it wasn't exactly a new song, but it was revisited for you to
I had did that. I had did the track a long time ago, and we had did something to it like forever ago. And he only had did his verse, but then I started working on other stuff, and we never finished the song and didn't really even have a hook to it. But he wrote to that concept, and it was perfect. Then I went back and I listened to it. I'm like, yo, this is like exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's where I did the hook, wrote my verses. I fattened up the track because I have all new gear now, right? So I just made it sound fatter. And yeah, the song was just born. It was just done.
That's awesome. That was so much fun. Okay, cool. I can't wait to hear that when it's done. Nice, dude.
Yeah,
all right. Well, you scored an A+ this week, my friend.
That's right. I mean, come on, man. You know?
I got like a C+ somewhere.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, just call that a B-. That's
B-. There we go.
There you go.
Cool. Awesome, Bob. So real quick, did you face any roadblocks this week with your productivity?
Actually, this week I didn't, because I literally I let myself go, right? I stopped thinking about it.
Okay.
And I just let myself go and I just did it, right? That's what I did. That's how I handled home.
Okay.
And just ran with it. So
you just ran. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you, man? You get anything?
No, not per se any obstacles as much, other than just time going too fast. And sometimes I can be a little bit of a perfectionist for certain things, and that just takes time, so there was that, but I got it done, and for the most part, and now just moving on to the next week. So
I hear you, man. I hear you.
For sure. Cool. All right, so let's get to some new homework. And actually, you know what? Before we do that, we had some songs that we sent each other.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So let's do that, and then we'll get to our homework, and then we'll close up. So the song I sent you was a song that I just came across myself, and it is called, let me go ahead and see. Let's have the link here. I don't want to take too much time, but what was the link I sent?
One Glimpse of Us. Yeah, The Glimpse of Us. That's the one you sent me.
Glimpse of Us.
Yeah,
right?
by Joji.
That's it. Yeah. Cool. So what did you think?
I dug this song. It's like, it's beautiful and jacked up at the same time, but I really like it.
It is a beautiful song.
It's a beautiful song. It really is. Like, when you really listen to it, it's a really good song. But it's pretty jacked up when he's saying in the song.
Right.
But it's like he's saying he's with this new love, but then he's like, I wish I would see my ex in you. And I'm like, bruh, you must not want to keep her that long. Yeah. But it's weird though, because when you listen to it, you don't know that's what he's really saying. Like,
right. It sounds like a true love song, right?
Yeah, because when I was listening to it at first, I was just here just vibing to it. When I heard it for the very first time, I was like, dude, that is a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm. It is gorgeous.
But then when on Apple Music, I turned on the lyric flow and I was like, yo, that's a jacked up song. Right? I'm like, yo, okay. Well, I guess
that's right.
It was a TikTok wonder, so I guess that's what it is.
Totally true. Nice. All right, cool. But yeah, I thought it was a really, really cool song. And
Yeah.
I really actually enjoyed it a lot, and thought you might too.
Oh yeah.
Cool. And then the one you sent me was
Here With Me, featuring Anderson .Paak.
Here With Me
by Mary J. Blige.
by Mary J. Blige. That's right. So let me go ahead and put that on the screen here real quick. People can see.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought it was good. I'll be honest. I think I've heard some better Mary J. Blige songs, and this one was. I mean, one it was short, which surprised me. I was like,
mad that it's so
over?
short.
Wait, what happened? It's super short. It's only like 2 minutes and 19 seconds, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
And I guess I had to listen to it a couple times. It didn't really grab me right at the very beginning, like on the first listen. But probably by the second or third listen, I was like, okay, I got a little bit more into it, sort of thing. But overall, I think, I don't know if you agree or not agree, but I do think there are better Mary J. Blige songs.
No, yeah, I mean, this album, Good Morning Gorgeous, was like her first album in a long while, right? But I was mad that the song is so short.
Yeah.
It only has 2 verses, and that's it. I'm like, bro, really? I
There's another song.
I was like, ooh.
Speaking of really short songs, there's one by Alicia Keys that is like, I love that song, but the thing that pisses me off is like just as I'm getting into it, it cuts off.
Yeah.
What is it? New York.
It wasn't New York State of Mind, because New York State of Mind is actually pretty long. But
think. Is it no New York State of Mind? Isn't that Billy Joel?
No, well.
Isn't it Empire State of something?
It's Empire State, the Empire State of Mind.
Empire State of Mind. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I love that song. It's so beautiful and great, but it just cuts off, right?
But you know what though? There's actually 2 parts to that song. Now, like most R&B and hip hop people know about it because Jay-Z did Empire State of Mind and Alicia Keys did Empire State of Mind. The full song is on Jay-Z's album, right?
Because Alicia Keys singing it?
Alicia Keys doing the hook. New York.
Okay.
That's Alicia Keys. She's doing the hook. And Jay-Z is on Jay-Z's album, but on Alicia Keys' album, it's just her doing the hook, and I think 1 verse or something like that. So yeah, it's almost like her version is like a reprise of Jay-Z's Empire State of Mind. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Jay-Z's version is hard though, dude. Okay,
I'll have to listen to it. I don't think I've heard it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man. The whole thing is just You need to check out Beyonce's new album though, man.
I was listening to it in the last couple of days.
Were you?
I was, believe it or not. And I don't know. It didn't grab me. I hate to say this, but because I dig Beyonce and everything, but this album was just kind of like,
it was like,
it didn't, and I'm not trying to piss at anyone off, but at the same time, for my listening ears, it didn't seem to have a lot of substance. It was a little bit one-dimensional, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
But again, I just took a listen through.
A quick glance.
Yeah.
Well, you should check out though her single, what is it, "Break My Soul," but the Queen's remix, because her and Madonna teamed up. Oh. And she's the only person that has been allowed to remix Vogue.
Okay.
And they married the 2 together. Yo.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll have to listen to that. You have to send me a link to that one.
I will send you a link.
It won't count for our next accountability minute, but I just want to hear it.
Because I think you'll really dig that.
Okay.
She does shout outs to everybody.
Nice.
Right. And so it's pretty dope.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, cool. Let's get to our homework. So let's go ahead and start with you. What do you want to assign yourself for next week?
Okay. So I want to finish Change for You. Finish that mix and finish that master. And I'm going to be really ambitious this week. I'm going to write 2 new songs. Even though that's like 2 goals, it's actually 3, right? Because I actually want to be really aggressive and write 2 new ones. So yeah,
Hey, it seems like you're pretty aggressive to me from where I'm sitting. So.
man.
All right, cool. So change for you, finish the master,
Yeah,
write a new song, and write a new song again.
2 new songs. Yeah.
So we'll have 3 things from you next week.
You'll
Does that
have
sound
3
right?
things from me. Yeah.
Okie dokie. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and write my stuff down. All right, so Around the Moon.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish the vocals and do like a premix. Because I don't think I'll get to the background vocals yet, because I'll save some space for that, thinking that we're gonna do the background vocals later on for that.
Okay.
So that is number 1. As usual, work on my BBC template. Cool. And then let's see what I got here. Did I finish my jazz demo reel? That's great. Continue with the writing of that song, the lyrics and melody, and then continue with Dancing with Devils. See if I can get my butt on that actually. Cool. All right, so I got 4 things. So I'm not gonna go crazy. So Around the Moon, finished vocals, premix, BBC template, finish the writing that song of the lyrics and melody, and then continue with Dancing with Devils, that orchestral piece. Cool?
All right, cool.
Sounds good. So I'm actually going to be in LA next week. So if it's cool with you, I'm not going to be able to meet with you next week because I will be in LA and not being able, I'm going to be away from my rig. So I won't be able to do stuff. So we'll meet 2 weeks from today, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, that's fine. You know.
Cool. And
gives us
like,
more time here to knock stuff out. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And that gives us a little bit more time to work on things. So
yeah.
That sounds good. Cool.
No doubt, man.
All right, pal. Awesome. So we'll send each other new songs to listen to over the course of the next 2 weeks. And then we will see each other in a couple of weeks. Have a wonderful week. And I hope that you are very productive.
Hey, man, you too, dude. Seriously. Oh, yeah. Have a safe trip coming out here, dude.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, maybe we'll get together and grab some lunch.
Yeah, man. Hit me up. You
Okay.
know, I'll be right here working, like always.
Hopefully I'll have some time to do it. And I will hit you up.
Exactly. Cool.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right. Have a great one. Thank you so much.
You too. All right, man.
See ya. Bye.